following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo, here we are, the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, and man, I am excited. I just got back from a great event, personal event, and I have a lot of great future business events that have to do with stuff like what's right behind me right here, okay? But first, before we get into anything today, let's bring on the Pipenuts one at a time. I'm going to announce them. Okay, so first we'll bring on Wednesday Addams, played by Rebel Midler. Hey, Wednesday Rebel. Are you the Rebel Wednesday or Wednesday Rebel? So next,
Wednesday Rebel.
All right. Well, next, he doesn't even need a name. He's the man with the plan from our engineering community. So let's welcome Pipe Nut Juan. What did we call him anyway, Rebel? What's his Pipe Nut name? Say it again. No, he just said it. He just said it. Say it for us. Yeah, there it is. Did you make out what he said, Rebel? All right. And then our resident health and wellness expert, she's like a guest pipe nut today, and she is Dr. Nicole Fortin, who is playing Pocahontas.
Hello, Pocahontas.
Yeah,
with the braid.
Was that spot on? Like, she looks like Pocahontas. You look like Wednesday. I don't know if it's Wednesday 13 or Wednesday Addams. Now, here's a little trivia question for all of you. Do you know who Wednesday 13 is?
No.
Wow.
Metalhead.
Wow. Yeah. Juan, can you pull up a little clip of like only a couple seconds of Wednesday 13? And then you'll see why we think Rebel could possibly be Wednesday 13. While he's looking for that.
Pipeman's got some new shades today.
Yeah, so I got this these at my daughter's wedding. They were in the groom cup. So of course, being the person that I am and being the person that knows she'll probably check, I've been doing all the promos and doing the shows this week in these sunglasses. You know,
we can almost see your eyes.
You can what? My eyes?
We can almost see your eyes.
Really?
Yeah, there's dark as his soul.
You know what's funny is
kidding.
they're darker for me to see you guys, so like it helps my eyes because you guys aren't really in focus for me.
Oh.
So it helps my eyes.
Too shiny. We're too bright. There you go. You're missing all the fun.
I don't know if that's what I call it, but maybe that's what it is. I mean, you definitely have a shiny light going on in the middle of your face, so maybe that's right.
Me? Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, you.
I have a shiny face. I always got
you got the shiny light coming down the middle, like that ring light that's over there shining on you. I can see exactly where it's shining. It just comes right down the middle. It's like Pocahontas war paint.
All right. I'll take it. That's some good inspiration.
Did
you need a warrior spirit to get through life these days.
That's absolutely correct. Did you find the Wednesday 13 yet, Juan?
There's a lot of Wednesday 13s. Which one is it? The one from Napalm Records?
Yeah, that's fine.
There's one that says "You're so hideous," but it's kind of like a Exorcist style video.
Okay, let's put that on. See if that looks like Rebel. Well, the male version of Rebel. Unless Rebel, there's something we don't know.
There's absolutely nothing you don't know, Pipeman.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Here,
where is
here
it?
comes. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
It's coming.
Wait for it.
That's what she said.
It's going to be, yeah.
See? That does kind of look like you right now, Rebel.
Yeah. Need some
Okay,
shades.
that's enough. That's enough, Mom. That
Are we
sounds
talking
like
the one
Rebel.
laying in the bed or the one doing the exorcism?
Both. You're like a
Oh.
combination of both.
Nice. I can do that makeup for another show if you like.
I'd like to see you do that. In fact, maybe that's your job from now on. That every show, you have to come up in makeup in like somebody like in the music business, how they look, or a superhero, well, super villain. You don't qualify for superhero status. And oh, by the way, I have a question to ask you guys, and I want to see how smart you are. Okay. Do any of you know what they do with bad rainbows?
Bad rainbows.
Yeah, bad rainbows.
Rainbows. Is there such thing as a bad rainbow?
Well, don't overanalyze it. Just if there was a bad rainbow, where would they put them?
Oh, where the sun don't shine.
But thank you for playing. Rebel, what's your answer?
They'd add Skittles to it. Strengthen the
Do
rainbow.
what? Skittles?
They'd add Skittles to it. Yes, to strengthen the rainbow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. No. Okay, Juan?
Somewhere near a leprechaun. I don't know.
Man, none of you know. How do you not know? How would you not know that they'd put them in prisms?
Oh, what? You were really on dad duty this weekend.
No, like right before the show. Right before the show, I saw that on Instagram.
That's funny. It's
So I was
clever.
like, okay, I'll use that. You know what else I was talking about right before I came on the show? So the Pipe Cave is a high rise, and there's another building across the way too. And so I was thinking about this, it would be kind of cool to have a girlfriend that lived in the other building. Okay, she's far enough away that I have my privacy. But instead of like going down the elevator, actually, I always go down the stairs.
No, this is a bad idea. I already see it.
Yeah, I know.
No.
A line from one building to another, a zip line. No.
Yeah.
Or a tight line, tightrope.
No, a zip line right into her bedroom. Like, how cool would it be? Like, just what she says, come on over. Instead of going down the elevator, across the way, up the elevator, just go down the zip line right and like have it land right in her bed.
I think that the question here is, can you stick the landing?
Well, that's a good question. It depends on
Yes, that would be if she was
multiple
ziplining to his
factors.
room.
It would depend on multiple factors. Okay. It would depend
how
if
good
I
are
was
you at-
given a target. Like, I need a goal.
How good are you at ring toss?
Yeah. I'm very good if the incentive is there. Like, if I'm playing ring toss and all I'm going to win is one of those little stupid plastic spider rings that doesn't even give you spider powers. No. Okay. But if you were giving me tickets, wristbands to one of the festivals for this fall, maybe even Rocklahoma, okay, which is coming up Labor Day weekend, then yes, I would. Okay. So maybe that's what we ought to do. Maybe we ought, what would be a good, what?
Get in position or for a zip
Well,
line?
listen,
Yeah, how
you're
does this go with
dressed.
like zip line? So free concert tickets will motivate you to zip line across
No,
a building,
yeah,
like
yeah,
like a
yes.
pseudo Spider-Man, the Pipeman, Pipeman
Well,
ready
no,
for
not
action.
like Spider-Man, because
Pseudo-Man.
Pipeman is kind of like the Dark Knight. And like, think about it. Dark Knight and Batman, they do use zip lines. Think about it. He doesn't have
not-
Oh
Spidey
yeah,
powers.
he's got the web.
Okay, but in
No,
this
no, that's
situation,
Spider-Man.
in this situation, are you wearing
Oh,
the full
sorry.
suit or just the cape?
I'm just,
Just the
I'm
cape.
just, I'm just wearing the cape and the special Batman condom.
Sock. Oh my gosh,
Because
that's so funny.
you have to have the Batman like armored condom in case she's like Lorena Bobbitt. Like, which one of you remember who Lorena Bobbitt is?
We all probably
Yeah.
do.
Because she
All
was
right,
just
hurry up.
in the news recently again. Okay.
Okay.
Trying
And
to cut
so
something else out of her life.
So we have two women
All
on
that
the show
toxic
right
energy.
Okay, we got two women on the show. Is there any man in your life that Rebel you've ever considered chopping their pee-pee off?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. Chopping it off and mummifying it and wearing it around my neck, yes.
But chopping it off, oh, you would mummify it. Only if you could
Chopping it
mummify
off, mummifying it and wearing it around my neck.
Would you use it as like your play toy, like your mobile play toy, like it's around your neck so it's accessible at any time?
No, that's a hard no on that one. No
Okay.
place like that. Thank you.
Okay, so Nicole,
hard no.
I was looking at the look
Yeah.
on your face before, and it kind of told me that yes, you do maybe more than one.
No, well, I was laughing because I don't know about like cutting it off, but I would like to mold some, have a
What would
mold
you
of
like to
them.
mold
Like
them?
Rebels, like
What
Yeah.
would you like to mold them into?
just the thing, like have a mold cast of it, and then you could like refill it, you could recreate it. I
So
guess is
you
more my-
this
more
way you
my
went.
lines.
So you wouldn't need the man anymore because you
Right,
had
yeah,
the only
yeah.
part
So
of the
you can,
man
like-
that you actually wanted.
from
No,
that
no.
from those
So
not always.
You can make money
but
off of it.
yeah,
See,
right?
And
see,
other people
Juan,
can feel as
Yeah.
good.
when you ask the females, that's when it's really educational, Juan. So
Yeah.
I hope you're taking notes over there because this is what women really want. Forget what society tells
I
you.
wouldn't say it like it is what women really want, but because you asked, and I would go more of like, yeah, there's some that are moldable, would be worthy
So-
of
But see,
having around,
okay,
but not
so
like
let me get this straight. There's two
Yeah.
women on the show. One would want to mold it, and the other one would want to wear it around her neck. So
they're
tell
like
me,
talismans. Yeah,
tell
like,
me how it is that we're the ones that are always wrong.
no,
That's
we never
what I
said
want.
that.
Yeah, most of the time. Okay, women think the dude's always wrong. And
Mm.
and we have to go, yeah, okay, and we just let
Well,
you
I
keep
mean,
you-
I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, it's a little
Really
extreme
depends
to
on
be
the
like
situation.
cutting thing. Yeah, it's
What would be a
Come on.
situation, Rebel? Give
Well,
one.
I mean, all right. First of all, in what Dr. Nicole said, it would not be, in my personal opinion, it would not be to eliminate the man. It would be to sell them for other people to enjoy.
Wait,
so they'll
wait,
stay with
sell them to
yeah, we're
sell
starting a
them.
harem here. This is a
Okay.
harem.
So you're like
mummified?
you're like a pimp then.
No. Okay, listen to me. She wanted to mold.
I did.
the
I heard
member.
you say sell
Penis
them.
Okay, I think
Right.
Rebel means that she wants to sell the necklaces.
Sell the mold of the member so other people can enjoy what I'm enjoying, but not mess with my man. See how it works
Ah.
out?
There you go. Hmm.
See,
Yeah, yeah.
Because I got the man. I'm not trying to
Okay.
get rid of him.
All right. So
Mine
let
was
me just
opposite.
say
I get
this.
rid of the man and just keep the member.
speaking of molding, okay, and then we're going to get into a serious part of the relationship part of the show, but I think this is an important part of the relationship part of the show here. Okay, I have another trivia question for you guys. Okay,
Please.
speaking of molding, what is it that men in prison do to mold a vagina to play with?
See, men are doing it too, right? There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
I don't know. The sock.
No.
Do
Rebel?
they use bread and water?
No,
Oh,
that would be kind of messy. Juan, do you
Yes,
know?
hard
yeah.
enough.
Never been to prison, so no.
How about no? None of you have ever known anybody.
Well, I don't know if they share those kind of details.
They wouldn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And yeah,
okay,
that's like
so
industry talk.
this
something.
is really
I know a friend that made a lot of vaginas out of food, like Rebel was saying.
even Alexa. I don't know if you heard her. She just said, I don't know that one." Just out of nowhere during the show, Alexa just said to me, "I don't know that one." Well, let me just say that her name is
Pussy little
Fifi.
thing.
Her name is Fifi.
Okay.
Fifi, and she's made out of, those gloves you put in your hands to like do dishes.
Yeah.
Like the latex
Dishwashing
gloves, the
Mhm.
latex
Dishwashing
gloves,
The yellow ones.
not the yellow rubber ones, but the latex gloves, the ones that the
Mhm.
proctologist used to stick his finger up your butthole to see if you
Okay.
have an enlarged prostate.
Yeah,
Wait, I know
examination
exactly which
gloves.
ones you're talking about now.
See, there you go. All you gotta do is talk about buttholes while Dr. Nicole Fortin's on here, and
Yeah.
everybody knows what we're talking about.
Like the ones I have don't do the snap anymore. Like, they don't
No?
do the snap.
That
No.
takes all the fun away.
I know.
Yeah.
So yes, they can make a vagina out of those gloves and use it, and her name is Fifi.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
I
creative.
mean, I hear some people could do it with an old Pringles can too, but I don't think they have Pringles cans in prison. Just saying.
Well,
Oh, you can
Rebel,
probably get those.
Yes.
if you were into women, Rebel, what kind of woman's toy would you get when you're not with a woman?
That is beyond my spectrum of knowledge because I, as a woman, do not have toys like we were talking about earlier about molding things. That's not
Rebel's
my department.
totally against the toy thing, Nicole.
Yes.
Okay.
No self-satisfaction at all. Thank you. That's not
Yeah.
in
I was thinking like, what's a woman's toys? Like,
I
You
don't know,
mean if
maybe
you were-
like a microphone.
okay. Well, anyway, that would be like more man things,
Well, look,
isn't it?
no, would this work as a toy? Would that work as a toy? I even
mean-
have the soft cushion here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't
Rebel.
know. I can't say
No.
anything.
Rebel, is that why you're not using your mic anymore?
Definitely not.
Okay. So
No
in all seriousness,
self-satisfaction.
okay. Rebel, what are 3 of my biggest pipe values if you were to pick 3 words?
Well, I would be cheating because I seen the things this morning.
Oh, okay. Nicole, let's ask Nicole because I'll bet you she saw the link but didn't read any of it. Am I right?
Okay.
Am
No,
I right?
you're not right. No.
Oh, okay. Then maybe Juan. Which one of you did not read it?
No, we all read it.
Okay,
We
you all
all
read
read
it.
it.
So,
Yeah, I know
Alright.
that is the problem because at first I did not read it, and then I was like, oh, I wonder what this is about, and then I read it, and I said, oh, that's really good.
okay, so here's the
Exciting.
test then. You say you read it. What are
Yeah.
the 3 words?
Okay, you ready for this? What do I get for getting it right?
And
kind of
applause.
You get to
Sounding
stay on
thumbs up.
today. You get to stay on today's show. How about that?
Okay, prove myself worthy. Okay, it's your Pipeman's values are loyalty, so the opposite of cheating, I guess, trust, and opportunity.
Very good. But you
And
could have done it faster because it's right there
Oh.
above you. If you just look
Really?
right in front of your eyes, it's
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, it is right there.
And that
I never see
brings a
that bit.
point to talk about. Like, that's what happens with people a lot. They totally miss what's right in front of their eyes. You know,
Mhm.
they're so focused on their surroundings that they don't focus on what's right in front of them, no matter what that may be. And so let's talk about these three words here. In your opinion, define loyalty.
Loyalty. I think loyalty is not what you do in front of the person, but what you do behind their back. Whether or not you can remain loyal, even if they're not there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How about you, Rebel? What's your definition?
Loyalty would be having their back and being, right there with them all the time. Like, not physically with them all the time, but loyalty is if someone else is talking about them and they're not there, you're going to say something and say, no, that's not the case. And
how about
you're always going to be there when they,
You mean someone you can depend on no matter what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
How about you, Dr. Nicole?
Yeah, I would agree. And to me, loyalty means like sharing a commonality, like a common ground, or you have shared, I don't want goals or something. Like you want the same things. You support each other in achieving something. Like just your team. You're a team, or it's being part of a team. You can also be loyalty can be to the self as well, right? It's like keeping agreements. That's how I view it.
And how does loyalty relate to traditional Chinese medicine?
Oh, loyalty. Well, I mean, everything in traditional Chinese medicine stems from old, Asian values. So the family is very close. It's respect. It's like mutual workmanship. So, know your position and how to hold the fort. It's all takes all of those pieces come together to create a whole, which we're whole integral beings, and that's what keeps our body going. It's like the little loyalty relationships within.
Yes,
Is that
Rebel.
woo-woo, or does that make sense?
Can I piggyback on that? Now, Nicole said that you said something about knowing your place in the thing. Well, sometimes there's mixed feelings or mixed communication that can throw that off from here to there. That doesn't change the loyalty. It's just changing your perspective on your place in there.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I think that, well, loyalty does come to some level of communication, right? Like agreeing, like, oh, we're in this, together. I got your back, you got mine. This is like for this. But yeah, I think like differing values are different. I don't know. I guess loyalty is a value, but
Well, it definitely is, in my opinion. And to me, what loyalty is never having to wonder. Think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody's loyal to you, you never have to wonder about anything, because they always have your back no matter what.
Right. But on that, what happens if someone's been burnt so many times in the past that they're holding on to that it always can possibly happen, and that they project that onto everyone? So do you actually really ever know?
Well, it will affect you negatively, and that's where the trust and loyalty go hand in hand, because more of what you're talking about is more of trust, and trust and loyalty do go hand in hand. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a firm believer that no matter what happened to you in your past, if you bring that into your future, you're going to create the same problems. Bottom line, you can't
Yeah.
like one of my biggest things is like in romantic relationships, because there's all types of relationships, but in romantic relationships, my viewpoint is if I give somebody enough control to change who I am because of our relationship, then when I finally meet the person I'm meant to be with, I won't be the person they're meant to be with, because the me before changing was the one they were meant to be with. So I just am a strong believer of no matter what happens to you in relationships, you just keep being you, no matter what. And
Right. You keep being you, but you still have to. Everybody holds on to this. This happened to me in the past, so they always have a guard up, no matter how you try.
not everybody. And I am
Really?
guilty. I'm big guilty with the guard up thing, and it doesn't serve you. That's what you find out. Having your guard up does not serve you. You think it serves you by keeping you safe, but keeping you safe allows you to never trust anybody. And trust is integral to having a good relationship, whether it's business, personal, romantic, no matter what it is. Trust is required. And that is usually where the problems lie. Either somebody is not trusting anybody, like you're talking about, or somebody violates that trust. Because think about it, once you violate the trust, what happens? You have a different viewpoint of how somebody is. So if somebody, and one of you were saying about cheating, okay? So if somebody cheats on you, I don't think there's anything you could ever do with that person to ever be 100% sure that they're not going to do it again.
Mhm.
You're
No
never
matter
gonna
Yeah.
be 100% sure ever, because you always have that little bitty weensy thing that's gonna peck at you when something comes up that's going to, I hate to use the word trigger, but when you think they're at it again, so to speak, that little bitty thing in the back of your mind, it comes back and it's like, ooh, it's coming again.
Mhm.
So,
And then when you think about it, then you're like bringing all the energy, and then maybe it happens again, and here we go again. I don't know.
Well, I don't necessarily know if you bring on the energy, because I mean, I don't know energy levels and sucking into negativity. You can't predict the future, but you can learn from your past. So if there are inklings of any kind of signs that you think that this is happening again, it's always best to ask. But here's the problem with that. When you do ask, that could trigger them to fight back and start being on the defensive. And that's never going to help with the communication. It's always got to be, you have to communicate, and that's another big part of all three of these. You have to communicate.
Blood to the blood to the blah blah blah.
Here's what I think, right? Here's what I think. I think that no matter what happens, you don't have to even ask. The truth always comes out. One way or another, the truth always comes out. And as soon as you find out, it's your decision to whether continue or walk away from it. If, like, for me personally, once you lose my trust, you can never get it back.
I'm
So
even
once I
that
feel like I cannot
same
trust you,
way.
yeah.
I'm that same way even on certain specific things, like that maybe some people may think that's not a deal breaker, but I kind of think it is. Like, for instance, there was somebody I was with who years and years ago, a lot of years ago, and we had plans for New Year's Eve in New York, and at the last minute, she bailed. And I told her before she bailed on it, I'm like, you do that and probably it'll be like broke forever. And that is exactly what happens. There's just certain things that are a definite change in the dynamic of the relationship. And sometimes you don't know what it is till it happens. You know, there's certain, everybody's different too, what it could be. What would, Juan, what would be, besides cheating, what would be a deal breaker for you that would change everything forever?
For me, it's like people who are friendly to you in front of you, but then they do the opposite behind your back.
Yep.
Like for me, that would be like, yeah, I cannot trust you.
And see, there it is, trust.
Mm-hmm.
Rebel, how about you?
Yeah.
Besides not giving you sex, what else would it be?
It really depends on the circumstances and the situation. I mean, that's a hard thing to answer without knowing the situation. See, just that little bit doesn't mean that it's a deal breaker, but I don't know. It'd have to be more of a situation to know.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be a deal breaker. It just changes the dynamic of the relationship forever. Like there's certain things that you just don't think the same way about the person ever again because of it happening.
Well, there's numerous things. I mean, let's see. My biggest thing is I need to be the first to know. Everybody that knows me knows. Like everybody in the inner circle anyway.
So if your dude has the clap, you want to be the first to know.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah, of course you would want to know that right away.
Why no? Why no? You sound like you're a super spreader.
A super clapper. Sorry.
I mean,
clap on, clap off.
There's a light fixture that does that. No. I mean, what
do you use your light fixtures for? I use them for light. Sounds like you're using them for something else.
I'm not using it for anything. Again, no.
She gets her gold phone.
I have a rule. I don't do politics, religion, or me. Okay, so no.
Well, I think you do. You just maybe not on the show right now.
I don't, not ever. Everybody who knows me knows this.
Oh, yeah. So you never, ever, ever, ever masturbate?
Never. I find that to be hideously disgusting.
There's something strangely wrong with you. Because to me, okay, like masturbating's great because you don't have to put up with anybody's bullshit. You could just do it, get about your business, and go play Madden football.
Okay, here's
she
my
would
deal.
rather do the KKK.
There you go.
If I gotta do everything else myself, why do I have to do that? If I gotta do it myself, then why do I need you?
Because sometimes it's annoying when somebody else is doing it. So you just want to do it yourself.
I gotta do everything else myself. I don't want to do that too. Jesus, no.
You know what's funny is that I think in the linguistic world, masturbation or some variation old time name means to hand defile, like defile yourself with your hand.
Well, that must be a Christian thing.
Maybe, yeah, saying. maybe that's like the, the God-fearing way.
You know, Jews, they just want. Jews
I have read that before.
Jews just want to be happy, and they don't want to have a nagging while they're being happy.
Yeah. Well,
I grew up in a Catholic church. I did have to hear all of that.
Why are you still dressing like? Why are you still dressing like a little Catholic girl? By the way.
Because how did one say that? There's a market for that.
Okay, so do you remember what your least favorite prayer was that you had to say in Catholic school?
I don't think there was a least favorite prayer. There was a least favorite having to go to church twice a freaking day.
Was it more like no, stop, Father?
Oh no, I was in love with the priest, so I mean.
Oh my God, you're sicker than I thought. She's sicker than I thought. Like I'd rather you have sex with the KKK than with a priest. Oh my God, I don't even believe in hell, and you're gonna burn in hell. Okay.
Thank you very much. I didn't have sex with him. I wanted to, but I didn't.
You know what? Just as a Christian saying, fantasizing is good enough. You're burning in hell.
Oh, we got a glitchy.
They're buffing the marble for the throne so I can sit in it when I return.
Oh, you know what happened? She said glitchy. I just realized my thing is unplugged. Hold on, I'm going to plug my thing in.
All right.
Why don't you guys talk about that?
Yeah, well, there was something else. Well, we'll wait for Pipeman talking about the crowns. Someone's being crowned.
No, go ahead.
Miss Rocklahoma.
Talk about the thing. Talk about the thing.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, what? You said,
yeah.
No.
Go. Oh,
yeah. I have a few notes. I did see on the Pipeman tour, there's lots of great things coming up. I regretfully missed this NOFX on the weekend. They were playing. It was like a 3-hour drive, and I kind of hummed and hawed, and it'd be so great.
That's lame. What a
I
lame
know.
excuse.
I know. It's sometimes you got to get the priorities straight, but they were with like the Descendants and the Interrupters, and I was like, I was eyeing that for so long. I actually even thought about going to Denver for a show. They were with Legwagon. It'd be sweet, but you can't do it all. I do a lot though, but you can't do it all.
All right, so tell us.
The Pipeman tour.
I want you to tell us right now.
What?
I want you to list off for us right now every single band playing at Rocklahoma on Labor Day weekend.
Oh, I don't have that in front of me.
Well, you better get up while we talk about other things.
Okay, I can do that.
It's part of your job.
I do see in the background
because that actually Dr. Nicole's going to assist in media there.
Yeah.
So
how lucky are you?
I'm not lucky at all, but
Come on, it'll be fun.
Well, it could be worse. It could be Rebel.
It could be worse. That's right. It could be me.
Because Rebel just sits outside the festival and watches from like a hill. It's the weirdest thing I ever saw.
And stuff. And no, I don't. I wanted to see Disturbed how I saw them, so I can enjoy
from where you can't even see what they look like. And you,
that's not exactly what they look like. I met them before they went on stage. Prior to.
Oh yeah. Are you trying to say that you did them?
No.
Who that's playing at Rocklahoma have you done, Rebel? Why don't you answer that after Dr. Nicole spits out the list? Are you ready with the list?
I have the Okay. Well, we have Evanescence, Avenged Sevenfold, Hailstorm, Wage War. I think they just came out with a new album. Cold Chamber. I don't know. The Warning. They're a great little band too. Kim Dracula. Do you want me to read them all?
Yes, that's one I said every single one, but go faster. You gotta go faster.
Okay. Vixen, Enough and Stuff, Sleep Theory, Tim Montana, Holly Wars, Eve Under Fire, Dime Store Riot, Day to Remember, Disturbed, Skillet, Clutch, Bad Flower, Pop Evil, Bad Wolves, Austin Mead, Days Rock, Another Day Dawns, Atomic Punks, Royal Lynn, Color of Chaos, Surge, Lamb of God, Slipknot, Mastodon. Also playing, I think that they're going to be playing an entire album on this set. Well, maybe not festival set. They're in town tomorrow. Might go see them.
All you have to do is read my background, and you'll see there's very special sets for Rocklahoma. So your job now, Dr. Nicole, is to go to Rocklahoma's Facebook page, find the one that's just like that says, there's all the special stuff. And we'll get back to that because I want to talk about Bloodstock too. Okay, so we just had Bloodstock this last weekend. Okay. Unfortunately,
can you send me that? Can you send me that picture? Is that possible?
Do I have to go to Facebook? It should be in your email that I sent you. The picture's in it.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll check.
In the email I sent you.
Okay, the only person on that list I missed, Carrie King.
Well, that's a pretty big one to miss.
I know, but that I hadn't got there yet, and you just wanted me to do like the quick and short, but then the long and.
But it still meant all of them.
Okay.
How do you leave some out? Okay, Rebel. Do you know what other ones? Rebel. What other ones did she leave out?
I can't even see. No, not happening.
Oh yeah, here we go. I got it. Yeah, yes. Okay, now I have to get really close. Do you want me to read that or Rebel?
That's what he said.
You.
Okay, Slipknot. Yeah, they're celebrating their 25th anniversary of their debut album.
Yeah.
And I think, that's going to be badass. Lamb of God celebrating 20th anniversary of the record. Ashes of the Wake. Amazing. Mastodon celebrating their 20th anniversary of their album Leviathan. And Kerry King performing the greatest hits of Slayer and solo material.
Ooh.
How's that? Was that good?
That is a badass. It is a badass festival. We're going to come back to talking about Rocklahoma because it's a badass festival. I want to go to this past weekend. You know, unfortunately, my daughter got married, so I couldn't be at Bloodstock this year. It was really rude of her. You know, she planned to have her wedding on Bloodstock weekend. Like, of all the weekends, like, move your wedding somewhere else.
Didn't you let her know?
Yeah, she didn't care. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, it's for her.
I mean, it's
a special event.
You don't set a date according to your father's calendar. Okay, you don't do that.
Well, yeah, you do. But anyway, it was a badass festival. They set some records there, and also we have some interviews because even though the Pipeman wasn't there, we did interview some of the bands that were there, and so. Anybody, you could go to iHeart or any of the other podcast outlets, see right there. Okay. And then basically we have a few interviews with some killer bands that won this thing called Metal to the Masses. It's really cool. So Bloodstock has this contest all through the UK where local bands get to compete to play at Bloodstock. So we had some of those bands on Pipeman in the Pit. And so one of those is Dead Flesh, Root Zero, Space Pistol, Future Palace. Well, Future Palace we did an interview of, but they weren't at Bloodstock. But the other ones were at Bloodstock. And then there's Reverend Son, Them Bloody Kids. And I have a question for you guys in a second. Death Collector. So, yeah. Go to the Pipeman, the Adventures of Pipeman podcast on anywhere you listen to podcasts, and you can check out these interviews. But let me ask you guys a question. Let's see how smart you are. Them Bloody Kids, where did they get their band name? Because I don't normally ask in interviews, how did you get your band name? Because it's the stupidest question ever. But sometimes it's pretty funny when I do something like this. It's like, I actually acted out where their band name came from. And they're like, yep, spot on. That's exactly what it was. So let's see if you guys know what it was. Nothing?
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger? No.
Good guess.
Nicole?
I don't know.
All right.
I know. Lame.
Juan.
What was the band name?
Them Bloody Kids.
They were just really bad when they were kids, and people would yell out, "Bloody kids!"
That's exactly what I did. I put it as the old dude, and the kids are outside playing, making noises.
Gosh,
and it is the UK. It is the UK, so it's like them bloody kids. That's what it was about.
That's pretty good. That is a good name.
Common sense.
This is common. It's too common.
Ask bands where they got their band name from, because either it's nowhere, or it's just common sense, or it's something like private, you know. But so they were pretty cool. They were all great interviews. Check them out. And then, oh my God, I'm so excited about next year, because hopefully my daughter's wedding and marriage will last long enough that she doesn't get divorced and married again next year for Bloodstock. Okay. And because we already have a killer lineup for Bloodstock next year, including the mighty Gojira that did the opening ceremony at the Olympics. And man, they killed it. They're going to kill it at Bloodstock next year. And we also have Machine Head, Nicole, why don't you read out the rest of them for us? I
Oh,
know you knew
okay.
I was going to you for that. So you should
No,
have been
not
ready.
necessarily.
You already had
Okay,
it up there.
it's so small here. I have to, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I saw they did a really cool announcement for that too, right? Like in the sky, like a whole sky show. I saw something about that for announcing next year's. Okay, we got Trivium, Machine Head, Gojira, Emperor, Lacuna Coil, Lord of the Lost. Yeah, so good. Oh, they're so tiny. And okay, I see Creeper.
Which one are you reading? The
August
Rocklahoma
Burns
one?
Red.
No, the Bloodstock one.
Yeah, August Burns Red. I can't get it bigger, so it's Obituary, Static X.
Obituary, that's gonna be badass.
Yeah, for sure.
And do you know who sings for Static X? Since
yeah,
he's no longer with us.
I don't remember his name.
He sings for another band.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to tell you if you don't know.
Put me on the spot. I know my friends will be very disappointed in me. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to tell them all. Can you please text me their phone numbers? I'm going to tell all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, though I'm very excited about that. So then after Rocklahoma, we have, Riotfest, Bourbon and Beyond, Louder Than Life, Aftershock, Punk in the Park, and the final NOFX show. They're all. It's going to be that leads us all the way into November for the Pipeman Radio Tour. But right now we're focused on Rocklahoma, which is this weekend, which is one of my favorite festivals to camp at because the campgrounds are so much fun. What would you say? We'll start with one. If you were to imagine the wildest thing to happen in a campground at a festival, what would it be?
Huh. There's a lot of things that could happen. I don't know. The wildlife joining in the party.
Okay, that sounds like a little bit of bestiality there, but okay.
Well, you're doing up drugs.
It's true. Rebel, how about you? What do you think?
I'm gonna say one of the bands coming in and doing a private, like not a private, but a little rocking with the people camping.
Sometimes that does happen, actually. Okay, how about you, Dr. Nicole?
Cool. I don't know. I just think about fire. Something on fire, and
oh my God, that says a lot about her. She's the one that sets shit on fire when it goes bad. Okay,
she was a pyro kid.
Pyro kid.
She's
I had a phase.
Fire. Oh my God!
I poke people for a living. Like, come on. Yeah, I love fire.
They just brought back the poke on Facebook. I can't believe it. Like all of a sudden,
really?
Yeah, all of a sudden, after like years, I'm getting poke suggestions.
That was like so 2007.
I know, and they brought it back. I saw somebody else before I even saw it. They were like, "What the frick? Somebody just poked me. I thought that was gone." And then I get, "Here's a poke suggestion for you."
They suggest who to poke. They suggest.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You can poke a lot of people too. And that's what happens at camp and camping festivals. You can poke a lot of people. I was at one festival once.
So like an orgy or something would be like probably a very wild thing going on there or something.
Well, that's true. Like one time I was at a festival and this girl had 4 different guys in and out of her tent throughout the night, and she did all 4 of them in one night. Was that you, Rebel? Was that you, Rebel?
No, it wasn't me. I don't do tents. How do you know
you don't like to pitch tents?
She's so sheltered. Sorry, she doesn't even understand what that means.
I know what she was talking
about. We go camping.
All right. So what were you going to say? What were you going to say, Rebel? Before you were de-inflated with a pitchfork?
I don't have the equipment to pitch a tent. That's a man thing. No, how do you? I've never heard of a woman being able to pitch a tent. She might cause a tent to pitch.
Listen, it's 2024. Prove it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't have the ability to prove it. Wait, what do you want me to do? I mean,
Okay.
maybe in the chest area.
Will you
if your nipples
finish
get
what you were
hard.
going to say and stop letting me
How
interrupt
do
you?
you know she did all of them?
Because she told people.
Oh, well, she was proud of it. Way to go.
Yes, she was definitely proud of it.
Or future advertisement for more? Or, I mean, I don't know.
Well, yeah, like you gotta keep that thing going. You don't use it, you lose it.
Pay to
And
play.
some people take that very seriously.
It's all about turnovers, right?
So let's talk about exactly, the revolving door. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the Rocklahoma campground. First of all, this local strip club or somebody, there is a stripper campsite. And at the end of the night, after the headliners are off, everybody forms in the audience there for the strip show. Okay. Then basically you tour the campgrounds because everybody has something different to offer. A lot of them, they set up like makeshift bars and they'll give you a free shot if you show your boobs, and then there's all kinds of other things like that. And then like my neighbors who are the coolest, and hopefully they'll be my neighbors again this year. They have this school bus that the dude built a platform on top of the school bus. Okay. And you hang out and like the way they have their campground set up, because it's multiple families, it's like it's their own little community, it's like their own little town. And they're really cool. They're really cool people. And they always like cook breakfast and lunch and dinner and stuff like that. And they invite the Pipeman every time. Like they're the coolest people. But they have this deck and you get up on top of it. And this you could relate to, Rebel, okay? Because basically we'll be up there giving away beads for boobs. So anybody shows their boobs, they get beads. Yeah, exactly. So, those are just some of the things I'm allowed to talk about that happen at the campgrounds at Rocklahoma. Okay. But it is one of my favorite festivals to do because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of shenanigans and there's good people, great bands. It's going to be insane. I have been very lucky because there have been many years of Rocklahoma that I was not going to because I was doing another Danny Wimmer festival, and it would get like tornadoes and floods and like because it's Oklahoma, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah over there, but I don't have that problem when I go. So I bring the Florida sunshine to Oklahoma and keep the spirit alive of Rocklahoma.
That costs you extra travel packing to pack that sunshine with you, or?
No, I just stick it up my butthole.
Stick it up where the sun don't shine.
Exactly.
It's always a sunny day in the pipe.
All roads lead back to the butthole.
Don't they?
Wow.
So,
but it will be very fun. I'm looking forward to it. So
I had everybody at the wedding butthole sunning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was up in Destin in this house on the rooftop, and so we just I had everybody lined up.
Grow rice.
I had everybody lined up on the rooftop, butthole sunning up there, and they all felt great after that.
Yeah, it's so invigorating, isn't it? It is. It's just, it adds an extra pep to your step.
Shit, we gotta go. Did we cover everything, Rebel?
Yes, we did.
Okay, good. And we're going.
Oh, we have an announcement.
I need to shut up now. Oh, crap.
You didn't make an announcement.
Yeah, see, everybody I think is going to have to tune in next week on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time to talk more about the major announcement. But there are going to be some new things happening with the Adventures of Pipeman live show coming sometime in September, October. So we'll talk about it next week right here on the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. Roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.